Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Kanju Mangaba. So good to have you guys, man. If you're new to the channel, you know what to do. Hit the like and the subscribe button so that the algorithm can be on your side. The algorithm is not your friend and you'll end up missing this content. A very disappointing evening yesterday. Obviously, I'm sure everyone knows, obviously, the headlines. I'm sure it reads there, Arsenal get knocked out by Sporting. Couple of disappointing things I want to speak about. I'm a bit let down by the team. I'm not gonna lie. As much as, yes, majority of my spirit or my energy is that good riddance. At least now we can focus on the league. But it also sounds as if, to our competitors, and it's, to be fair to them, it almost sounds like we're making an excuse now that we got kicked out. If you're going to be the best team, or at least the best team in Europe, or at least the best team in England and whatnot, it should come with some sort of competitiveness, It should come with some sort of standard where you say no matter what competition you're involved in, you're going to give it your all. And that's not what I got from Arsenal. I'll be honest with you. I'm very disappointed in the team. If you follow me on Twitter, or if you've seen me interact on Twitter with the Arsenal, and after all those sort of moments that we had in the game, I kept on saying after a while, I'm like looking at the players, looking at the energy, looking at the lack of passion and the lack of the disinterest, honestly, of being there. I'm like, we might as well just forfeit. Why don't we just score an own goal and just call it quits? Because what I was watching there was a team that pales in comparison to the team that we saw at Craven Cottage. Honestly speaking, that was appalling for me. So when I watched that game yesterday, I was, and you know what? Even in the first leg, when we were playing away at Sporting, I could tell that the energy, and there's just a different kind of energy coming into the Europa League. And I, for one, I understand that it's football. It's a business at the end of the day, and it's a competition. And maybe Arteta can't outright come out and say, well, we're not that interested anyway in the Europa League. So yeah, you're not going to see the same tenacity. You're not going to see. It would be bad business. It would be bad for him. It would be bad for the club just as a whole, just in terms of footballing as a whole, to show that kind of lack of respect for the Europa League. But I feel like he might as well have said that, right? Because he might as well have got out into the game and said, yeah, I'm just going to field, he could have fielded an 18-year-old for all because everything that I saw on the night, I was appalled by everything. The defending, the midfield, the striking, for the mere fact that Granit Xhaka was on the score sheet. And no disrespect to Granit Xhaka. This is not a dig at Granit Xhaka. I'm just saying, for the mere fact that Granit Xhaka is the one who's out there scoring goals, it's an indication of what is wrong when it comes to us and this competition. So, yes, as Arsenal fans, on one hand, we could look at the fact that, yeah, well, good riddance. We're not going to be in Europa League. We're in the Champions League, but that's next season. That's the future. That's what's to come. And that's what I have a problem with. If we're going to be a team that's going to go out there and say, we're the best team, we'll play amazing football and no one can mess with us. And, we play delicious football. We play football that hasn't been seen in a long time on these parts of London, or whatever the whole spiel is, then we need to prove that. We need to prove in all competitions, in every facet that we're involved in, we need to prove that we are of quality, that it doesn't matter what we are, whether it's FA Cup, whether it's Carabao Cup, whether it's League Cup, or whatever cup it is, that we will show it the same sort of respect. And that's not what I saw from my team. So I'm very disappointed in my team. I'm really, I don't know how to, I don't even know if there's enough, adjectives that I could use to describe how Arsenal was playing yesterday. They weren't even playing, they weren't even there. And Sporting deserved to go a few goals ahead. They deserved it. They played so much more. You could tell that for them, this meant something. It means something to them to go ahead into this competition. And I feel like that's something that we're going to have to fix as Arsenal going forward. We cannot be that kind of team where, because now we're doing Champions League and we're treating competitions as if now, because we're going to be in something bigger, that we actually don't. It's for me, that is not good sportsmanship. If I may put it like, I don't even know if that's the correct term to use. It's not class. It shows that when the going gets tough, we buckle, and that's us, and we're gonna make an excuse, and it sounds like an excuse. Because I tell you something, if a Chelsea or a Man United or a Liverpool, any other team was going through the same sort of thing, we would not be saying the things that we're saying as the Arsenal fan base. I don't believe that. When Liverpool is out of competitions and they're getting outdone, and it's not because they're not respecting it, it's because they're not playing as well as they should. But when they end the Carabao Cup, when they end the other team, all the other teams as well, they would have gotten the same slack that we should also be getting. So we should take it to the chin. When other teams are telling us, don't make excuses because you got kicked out. You got kicked out because you were the poor team. And that's the truth. We were the poor team. It was poor. It was just poor for me, and it's for this whole match to drag on to extra time was just ridiculous. I was like, that doesn't look good for us. We have a game on Sunday. People are dragging their feet over 120 minutes. It's not going to be good for us. You're going to be tired. Some of us are going to be fatigued. by the time Sunday comes. And I say some of us, I'm just mean the Arsenal team. You understand? I mean it obviously figuratively. But I'm very disappointed, guys. And the Arsenal fan base should be also disappointed in that kind of performance. We should not be putting on that kind of performance. Yes, it doesn't change anything in terms of the league. We are top of the league. We're 5 points clear. Possibly could be 8. Crystal Palace, we also heard the news that Vieira got, he got removed. He got the sacking. He's no longer head coach at Crystal Palace. They might get the new manager bounce, but that doesn't do us any favors. The mere fact that we're playing at the Emirates doesn't do us any favors. I understand that we're going to be in the league and we're a totally different team when it comes to the league, but it still worries me. What kind of behavior are we going to see at the Emirates now on Sunday? It makes me feel like we need to just be so. This might not be maybe one of my usual posts that I come on here and I'm positive about Arsenal. I need to say, as much as I'm positive, I need to say when I'm disappointed and let down by this team, which I am. That is not how you conduct yourself in competitions, in any competition. If you're a high elite team, if you're a team of elite class like Arsenal, as we say that we are, then in any competition that we're involved in, it's unacceptable for us to go there and disrespect it the way that we did. That's disrespect for me. It was a horrible showing of football. Second to every ball, non-existent almost in the second half. Yes, we had the Trossard chance and whatnot, and even then, I mean, it's a chance. I feel like he should have just buried that. But just on how the game and the energy was, you would not have expected him to bury that because they are not at the races. They were not at the races, Arsenal. I'm very disappointed, Arsenal. Congratulations to Sporting, fully deserved, a fantastic goal to level the score, and they fully deserved it. Yes, things got chaotic, people got red cards, and yes, I was one of the people that felt like the referee gave us nothing for majority of the game, and that allowed the game to flow, I guess. But every time I felt like Sporting got the favorable outcomes. Every time he would blow or a whistle, or there would be a card, or there would be for Sporting. Shout out to the linesman as well for catching those offsides. My goodness, it was spot on every single time. And that goes again to show we are never caught that much when it comes to Premier League games. Why were we caught that much on our offsides? Why were our defenders second to every ball? And we know it's going to be a disaster class. It's going to be a disaster class as soon as we can't get to the first ball, or we're not passing the ball, or we're not getting things under control. Because that's the kind of team we are. We want to have control. So that's it for me, from the Gunners' view. I just wanted to come on here and just speak about how disappointed I was. And I'm looking forward to the game on Sunday, I guess. I think I'll probably feel better by tomorrow. But right now, on this day, right now, on Friday, at this moment, I'm not feeling good about my team. I was very disappointed by them. And we look forward to Sunday at Crystal Palace. I'm obviously going to do a video about that tomorrow. Please share and hit the like and the subscribe button. I appreciate all of you guys, man. We're on our way to 50 subscribers. We're just about to hit 30, so I'm very proud of that, man. Thank you so much for the support. And let's do better, Gunners. I'm going to see some of y'all on TikTok as I give 5 things that I feel we can take away from that atrocious display of football. Until next time, guys, this was Kanchu Bangaba. I'm out, man.